I just go through my comments, my mentions and DMs, and I just see like people that have no idea what's going on. Like,
So it seems like DDG is on the press tour from his breakup from Halle Bailey, and this has gotten people talking. And but DDG will not stop talking about this breakup. He was the one that announced the breakup, and now he still will not shut up, going on podcast, interview, and talking and responding to people's messages. Hey, beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How you all doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So this video is literally DDG ranting about his breakup from Halle Bailey and what people are saying about him. I posted a video a couple of days ago talking about how DDG announced on Instagram that him and Halle, they've broken up after they've been together for a couple of years, and they just had a son who is less than a years old. People's response to this, I did a video, we all had a feel about it, talking about how most of these men just want to use women and just want to make sure they lock a woman in. But some of the things that DDG has been saying on some of this podcasts and interview, talking about the relationship, it just got a lot of people still talking, because he went on to talk about how people did not mind him, people were looking down on him, but he's the one that is able to bang her, like to have her, and that, oh, they are going to be family forever. They have a son, Hallie's family, and all that. And these are striking bigger conversation, because people are saying that he got Hallie pregnant to have his child for a very important reasons. And some people are saying that he's bitter about the breakup, or he broke up with her because he wants to show off like he's the man, because all through the career, everybody, a lot of people usually associate him to Halle and saying that they don't even know who he is until she started dating him. And this did not sit well with him, because when you hear DDG talk, you could actually hear that sound of insecurity, that Halle was a bigger star than him, and yet he could not take it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave a couple of clips for you guys to see, because there's also people saying that it was Usher. We all know what Usher did to Kiki Palmer and her baby daddy, and a lot of people are also saying that it's Usher concert that cost it, because the week before DDG announced the breakup was they went to Usher concert, and there was a sheriff feeding and all that. And DDG came online to debunk it, telling people that that's not the reason they broke up, that it was a planned event, that people are slow. Why would people think that that's the reason that they will break up and all that? And for me, I'm just like, okay, DDG is just spiraling out of control at this point. Anyway, guys, let's go check out DDG video, and then we'll come back and talk more.
I knew the cherry was coming. That's what the seat was for at his concert. I knew the cherry was coming. I'm sorry. Santa Claus not real either. I knew the cherry was coming. I don't understand why y'all keep acting. Y'all are gullible and slow. Y'all think I'm really finna sit there? Oh, cherry. What was I, as a man, what you supposed to do in a situation? Staged or not? You ain't supposed to let no man put no cherry in your girl mouth. Whether y'all together or not, whatever. If you just met a girl last week and you took her to Usher concert and he tried to put a cherry in her mouth, you gonna let it sit there? You gonna let him put the cherry in her mouth? No. I did what a real would do in any situation, but I'm sorry to bust y'all bubble, but I knew about the cherry. I'm friends with Usher. Why would he do that? Why would Usher put a cherry in Halle's mouth in front of me? Realistically. Stupid. Slow. I've announced me and Halle are split, right? It's life. It happens, right? She's still family. I love her to death, no matter what. Everything's still good. Never know what the future holds. Anything else past that statement is nobody else's business. I see people keep creating. They keep creating stories, timelines. No one was wrong in the situation. Nobody came out and said he did this, she did that. No. Me and Halle are family, we good. We just taking a little break. Don't know what can happen in the future.
Okay.
That's none of y'all business past that statement, but y'all keep going. I just go through my comments, my mentions and DMs, and I just see like people that have no idea what's going on. Like, you don't know anything. I don't know anything about your life. You don't know nothing about mine. You know just a tiny bit because I've allowed you to, but you don't know what's really going on a daily basis when the camera come off. When public figures give you a statement, take the statement, go with the statement, and mind your damn business. Me being with Halle, she's a superstar. She's the greatest ever. Being around her, I feel like it made a lot of people side-eye me because they had already had, she a princess. So they already had their mind set up about her, and they look at me and I don't fit that image. But it's cool. It's a reason why she stayed with me. It's a reason why we had a child together. It's a reason why all of this happened. Like, me and Halle are forever family. Forever. I will Swiss cheese your granny. I don't 100. I will Swiss cheese your granny over Halle, and that's just what it is. That's called family. So, I feel like people should keep that in their head when they talk about us. You talking about our family. You need to relax.
Yeah, this is not like...
I'm not just no random. I'm not just no random. I feel like y'all don't consider that at all.
So yeah, those are some of the videos that he has been on ranting and talking about the breakup. For me, you could see the bitterness. I feel like this breakup did not sit down well with him, and I feel like I kind of agree with people saying that he actually intentionally decided to have a baby with Halle, because I feel like if it were to be some other girls that he got pregnant, I feel like he wouldn't want to have a baby. But because it's Halle, he was like, oh, okay, yeah, your mama is a star, because that's something he usually joke around with his son when he's playing with his son, like, yeah, your mama is a star, your mama thinks she's a star, da 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 da. So I think most men, and I feel like most men would do this, like, I feel so. So anyway, I just feel like he's spiraling out of control. Let me know what you think about his entire interview, him talking about this breakup, up life, right center. What are your thoughts? Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. We're going to hear people's response to DDG's entire rant on the internet. But mind you, with DDG going on this rant and talking about it, do you know, like, Halle has not even said a word. Like, she has not... Anyway, guys, let's go check out people's response to this, and then we'll come back and talk more.
DDG, I'm trying to keep my composure. I'm trying to believe in you, okay? I vouched for you and Halle. I really did. I vouched for you. I thought you was gonna create your little black family with a queen, and you was gonna do right. And I'm still holding out hope. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a couple weeks before I really cut into you. But if you really broke up with my girl, after you to put a beautiful baby in her at the peak of her career, I got to put you on that list. And I wish for once y'all would just do it the right way. Just once. Fine, y'all already had the baby. But in my opinion, if y'all would just marry these women that y'all so-called love. In these interviews you doing, go ahead and be quiet for me. I don't want to hear no more. You talking about relationships, distract you from your career. The queen, the Disney princess, she distracted you from your career, but in the same breath, with the same mouth, you said not that long ago that she put you in rooms that you never thought you'd be in. So I just know it can't be about her. Exactly. I know it can't be about her. You have two options. Fix your family, or go ahead, come out, say that y'all really engaged and y'all getting married and this was all a prank. Those are the only options for me, okay? Fix your family. Because if you go out here and you get back with that girl, please don't embarrass my princess. Thank you.
I just seen a content creator say that DDG is using Halle Bailey for clout. And when I say I had to get off this app for a minute before I made this video, because y'all just say anything. Because what substantial thing has Halle done before The Little Mermaid that DDG looked at her shit and said, I need her for clout? When in reality, Halle knew who DDG was and she slid in DDG's DMs because she knew who he was. Why would he need clout from her? And if we just calling a spade, Halle is really the little sister that only got the clout because her big sister is who her big sister is. Like, let's just be for real. Because we known Chloe from the Tyler Perry movies. We only know Halle for the shit she's done with Chloe. Hence, Grownish. She's the sister to Chloe on the show. Chloe's there. Hence, Ungodly Hour. That was probably the best album they could have made. But she made it with Chloe. She didn't make that on her own. So for the people that saying that DDG clout chasing, that doesn't make sense. And you know what also doesn't make sense? If DDG was clout chasing, right? When DDG made If I Want You, and he had Halle doing the vocals in the background, Halle had a verse on that song. DDG told her specifically, I don't want to drop the version with you having a verse on it because this is going to be your first time being heard, being solo. And I don't want it to be on my song. I want it to be your song so you get all the recognition. Now tell me, if somebody was clout chasing, why wouldn't he put Halle on that song? Right? Why wouldn't he just drop that first? Because you remember when Chloe and Halle broke up, that was the biggest thing going on for a second. Because everybody trying to figure out why, what you been. That would have been the best type of clout that nigga could have received, being the person on her first single after she broke up from the group. Y'all just be saying anything.
Me being with Halle, she's a superstar. She's the greatest ever. Being around her, I feel like it made a lot of people side-eye me because they had already had, she's a princess. So they already had their mind set up about her, and they look at me, and I don't fit that image. Me and Halle are forever family. Forever.
Ladies, this is why it's so important that you're careful when you're a successful woman who you partner with, because some men target you because they see your level of success and they want their names mentioned in the same breath as yours. Some of them will have a baby with you to solidify the fact that you'll always be linked to them. So it doesn't matter what they do in their career. Well, I got a baby with so-and-so. There are men that are always complaining about how women won't give a chance to a man that's less successful than they are. It's not because the women can't handle it. It's because oftentimes the men can't. You don't know how to be the Stedman to her Oprah, the Jay-Z to her Beyonce, the Olympia to her Serena. You don't know how to do that. You don't know how to be in a relationship where somebody else is the bigger star, where they're getting all the attention. There is a part of him that felt insecure about the fact that he may never be as big of a star as she is. And that's what this is all about. That's why he's doing interview after interview after interview saying, I dumped her. It was me that left. Because he wants you to know that even though she's a bigger star than me, and even though she's better than me, I walked away from her. Okay.
The funniest thing about this DDG and Halle breakup to me is the fact that Halle hasn't said a word. DDG has been going on and on. I have seen countless clips today of him popping up, talking about the breakup, saying things like, I didn't get with her and just think, oh, this is the Little Mermaid, I'm gonna get with her, and Halo just happened. I was attracted to her, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, can you just shut up, honestly, because you don't have to address every TikTok video you see, every tweet that you see that pops up. And at this point, it just feels like, you're trying to change people's perception of it, like of you and the breakup. Like, I don't know what it is, but honestly, like, there's no need to keep talking about it and addressing it. Halle hasn't even said a word. Like that's the worst kind of ex to have. Like, you're just going on and on. You're talking about first dates y'all had. Like, just like, I don't know, like, for what? You announced the breakup. Okay, cool. Yeah. It's over. It's done. It's done. Move on. Move over. Yeah, move along. Because really, y'all breaking up was none of our business anyway. Exactly. And I understand, like, you as a public figure, you feel like, I owe this to the people. Okay, cool. Now let it go. It seems like Halle already has.
Me, personally, I don't feel like Halle and DDG had a mutual agreement and broke up. Why I say this, but you could tell in his interview that they were having, like, a lot of problems in their relationship. He spoke on his career and money more than he spoke on his relationship. I get the part where you have to, support your family and go to work so you can, make a good living. But how do men forget the fact that women still need affection and time as well? I feel like if he been feeling like that from the jump, he should have never gotten in a relationship at all. If he felt like that he had to do this and do that, and if all this was going to stop, what was the point of you even getting in a relationship? I feel bad for Halle only because they didn't break up before they end up bringing a child into this world. But also, I do not feel bad for her because I feel like she's going to boss up same way Carmen did. Like, move on to the next and be bigger and better. Nobody really knew who DDG was until Halle. So, at the end of the day, I feel like DDG is going to be another Chris Sales. Now, I personally don't know them. I have nothing against them. But just watching the story, it just seems like a lot of kayaking and back and forth. And that's just really pointless because at the end of the day, it's like he never valued the relationship. Like, he never valued of being with her or having a kid with her. He's saying, like, he didn't want the relationship, but he wanted the kid. That doesn't make sense. Because no parent really want to be a single mom because when they built this relationship with this person and they feel like they having a kid with this person, they're looking to have a whole relationship with this person for the rest of their life. They're not thinking about separating away from this person. That's why it's always good to literally say that you need to know who you're having a kid with before. But then that's, again, like I said in my last video, that's kind of hard because these men portray and do so much shit in the beginning to make you think that they just the best in the world until y'all actually just have to be together for years and years for you to figure out. I really do wish her the best and hope everything else goes great with her and in her life and her career and stuff. And at the end of the day, I just want to say I pray for both of them because he really needed it.
DDG definitely trapped Halle with that baby. And here's why I say that. So he went on his podcast and he basically said, we're going to be family until we're 99. Until we're 99, I'll turn somebody into Swiss cheese over her. We're attached forever. We're family. He's like, I'm not just some random dude. So y'all talking shit about me, blah, blah. When it comes to her, y'all hurt her too. Y'all talking so much shit about me, that could affect the way I parent. There is literally nothing, and I mean nothing, anybody could say to me on any platform that would affect the way I am as a mother. He wanted to ensure that he will be attached to that girl for the rest of her life. And honestly, I feel like she left him. She left him. She finally said, what the f-? Because the fact that you keep talking, and my girl hasn't said a beep, a peep, nothing. Nada. Isn't Beyonce like they auntie or something? She's never going to say anything. She's going to quietly move on with her life as she should. You hurrying up to put out a statement. You on your podcast talking about how I would tell my younger self not to get into a relationship because it's distracting. But you got that girl pregnant at the height of her career. If that's not a goddamn distraction, I don't know what the is. And I know somebody goes, oh, it takes two. Baby girl is green. She was green. He is quite seasoned. And he knew the only way to maintain that relationship, that she wouldn't be so quick to listen to people telling her to get away from him, is if she got pregnant. But then sometimes when you become a mother, you kind of like wake up to certain things that it's almost like your brain was not clicked into. And that's not to say that he's a bad father, but he even said on his podcast that people felt as though, he wasn't right for her because of her celebrity status. No, we felt that you weren't right for her because of how you conduct yourself, not because you're just a YouTuber. Because if you were a YouTuber that carried yourself in a certain way, yes, she is a Disney princess. Yes, she does have a very wholesome image. It is a part of her image. It is a part of her brand. And when women who have that image attach themselves to men like that, it tarnishes them. It tarnishes them. There's nothing wrong with being a YouTuber. It's nothing wrong with being a podcaster. It's nothing wrong with that. But your lifestyle, and it's like during the time when she has so much going on, you didn't even think to yourself to say, you know what? Let me reel it in a little bit. And now you're on podcast talking about how you shouldn't have been in a relationship. You're attached to her for the rest of your life, and you're crashing out because some older man said he didn't know who you were. Well, of course he doesn't know who you are. He's old. Joe Budden is old as He's old as, but guess what? Everybody watches Disney. No matter how we feel about that company, everybody know who the Little Mermaid is. And then once they have the first black Little Mermaid, who is not gonna know who she is? She got toys in the
store. Do you? Do you? Either way, he trapped her with that baby.
TikTok, what's the word, y'all? Come on, tap in. Listen, this is gonna be real brief. This is to the young lady Halle Bailey. I just saw Joe Budden's podcast and I saw him speak on the father of her child, DDG, and this is what Joe Budden said. He said he is so glad that this relationship is over because he was sick of seeing DDG's name attached to Halle Bailey's name. And he hadn't done anything to even be recognized. Immediately, I agree with Joe Budden. And I don't normally agree with Joe Budden. But I saw that DDG tweeted like comments to Joe, calling him all types of and you too old and you washed up and you this and that. And immediately I was like, oh, he mad because what Joe Budden said is true. I had never heard of that boy until he started dating her. And young ladies, I'm talking for those of you that are 30 and under. Come on, tap in, pull up a chair, talk to TT. I need y'all to stop right now. Not enough of us adult women are having these conversations with y'all to let y'all know that this shit is a very real thing and that young, old, in between, they all do the same thing. Let me take that back. Not all of them. But it's the playbook is the same. Okay? When you are dealing with a narcissist, like that shit is a very real thing. When you come across somebody that probably didn't have the same upbringing as you, they didn't come up in the same household, same type of household. Y'all have different parenting styles. Y'all know just as well as I do that, Chloe and Halle clearly are not those type of girls. They're not we've been outside, we know the streets, we know we got that type of awareness. They're not those type of girls. They had a covering coming up. They are amazingly talented young women. They are beautiful. They are respectful. They have a great relationship as sisters. You think like that don't see that? They literally look for supplies. She was a supply for that young man. And for those of you who are 30 and under, I need y'all to understand that this is a very real thing and they will use you to build up their own names and reputations and to be seen more. Like she had a platform. I don't know nothing about this boy. I guess he's supposed to be a rapper. Ain't never heard a song before in my life. But I need y'all to understand that they do things like that. They see openings, right? I was married to a narcissist. They see openings and they become exactly who you need them to be. They study you. They pay attention to you and they become the man or male that they believe that you want, right? To manipulate you, to get you to put your guards down so that they have full access to you mentally, physically, emotionally. That is what they do. You are a supply. And eventually that supply will run out and they will go and get another supply. Let me tell you what they know. They know how to do well. And we do not tell y'all this enough. They will trap you with a child. They will absolutely play those games as if they want to have a child. They want to have a family. They want to build on that. And the minute your ass is pregnant and you have that child, that is why everything changes so quickly. The mask comes off after you have that child. Let me tell y'all something. Every time I would sit back and think about all of the shit that was done and said to me, and I'm like, why didn't you leave then? I would ask myself, like, why didn't you leave then? Mind you, all of this that this little girl is going through, I went through the very same thing at her age. And I have 2 children by the man who was my ex-husband. 2 children with him. And both times that I got pregnant, he left. Both times that I carried my children, he left me with the first one and he left me again with the second one. That should have been it for me, right? No. And because they know that I know this to be true also. They choose women that they know are going to be good mothers regardless. They know who's going to be a good mother to those children. They absolutely do. Because they watch you, they study you, they know your upbringing. The fact that he made a public announcement and she said nothing really said everything. He wanted to gaslight her. He wanted to put it out there first to make himself look like he was innocent and it was a mutual thing and yada, yada, yada. I truly believe that young lady, I know she's hurt because this is a new baby. Like, this baby is still small. Just imagine how many other young women have endured this and they feel like they can't catch their balance after things like that. So for him to respond the way that he did to Joe Budden, I was like, oh, he mad. He mad because he know this shit is true. He played on that girl. He got her pregnant to stagnate her, to put her in a position where she would be deemed unworthy, or like, no, there would be somebody else to come behind him and they wouldn't want her. They really do be thinking that ain't nobody gonna want you and nobody is willing to play stepdaddy or be a stepdaddy to their child. I've been single 7 years. Not because I couldn't date. I was single because when you have children, your children definitely have to be your priority. But also, you have to be mindful of what your kids see, what they endure, and who you bring around your children. I never played about bringing people around my kids, right? But he did. And he would do things like bring or take my kids around all these different types of women, hoping that my kids would come back and say something to me, because he understood that nothing he did anymore bothered me when it came to his actions. But when it come to my kids, now we got a problem. Now we got smoke. So the only way to actually get a reaction or get some type of emotion from me was to do some shit to my kids, right? So they use the kids as leverage, as a way to hopefully always be able to pull strings with you.
Yeah.
I need y'all to be mindful. Listen, if you in your 20s, even if you're in your early 30s, I need y'all to understand this. Stop letting people make y'all feel like y'all gotta have kids right away. Go and live. Please go live. Stop associating with males, with men, with boys that are not of your caliber. Like, it's okay. All of the shit that I went through, let me tell y'all something. I schooled my daughter, and I tell her off the bat, you don't need to be tied down with anybody. You don't owe anybody any loyalty. You don't owe them any trust. You don't owe them any respect until that shit is shown equally to you. You hear me? You don't ever, y'all get in serious relationships early as hell. I did that. Don't do it. Go date.
Tell them.
Go date. May the
Tell
best
them.
man win. Go date. Stop trying to be somebody's woman, somebody's wife, somebody's girlfriend. Stop moving in with these. Get your own, do your own thing. Hold yourself to a standard, because the way you love yourself is the way somebody else has to love you. When they see them gaps, I was broken. As much as I was moving and doing things, I was broken at that time. And he saw that and he played on that. He had no intentions of being a proper man to me. None. So to have 2 kids, oh, he thought it was over with. But you got to be quicker than that, because it ain't no fun when a rabbit fun, baby. No, mama could have went out and dated. But what she did was she stood 10 toes down, handled her business, came back harder. So now when I date, oh, it ain't no regular Joe Schmo. It ain't nobody that's even in the same category as what he was. Now they have to be elevated to where I am to even speak to me. I just want y'all to know that. Stop giving so much of yourself away to these young men or boys that are not even like valid within themselves. Handle y'all business and do better next time. Tap in.
So yeah, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a respectful way. Like, like the last sister that spoke, like, I'm so here for it. Like, I actually added that to the stage because I really want younger girls to hear. Because a lot of time people come to me, people tell me, oh, Destiny, you are telling younger girls to not have kids, to not get married, but you're married. Why are you doing that? Da, 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 da. See, there are a lot of us. I'm not saying I'm old anyway, but there are a lot of women in their 30s, in their 40s that if they know what they know now, they will have made a different decision. So, guys, young ladies, listen when young women are sharing their story. And I'm super excited about the internet, about how the internet has made this place a place where women are sharing their story and are being honest about it. Coming back to DDG and Halle, I actually feel like at this point, yeah, DDG is big on social media. He's a social media personality and all that. He's big, but I also feel at this point that he's using Ali for content right now, because I don't understand why you keep speaking on it and him talking about, oh, it's our private life. You don't well, the things I allow you to know is the things I let you in. Da 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 da. Then why you were the one that released the statement? Nobody knew you people broke up, so why you brought it to us? And now we're talking about it. We're having our own opinion, and now you and he knows how this game works. So him being angry and upset about it, I don't get. And this is why I feel like he's using her for clout. At this point in time, I really feel like DDG knew exactly what he's doing, because their son is like 8 months old. I think she gave birth to him like in January, February of this year. So he's like 8 months ish old, and this is why I did a video a couple of days ago where somebody was saying that why is it that once a child is involved, people like the relationship. I feel like they were just in the moment. Halle is young. Halle is like 23. He's like 25, 26. Halle is young. And this is why when we talk about younger girls should listen to older women, don't just get pregnant or have babies with just anybody, because the person you choose to have a child with structure how your life is going to navigate. And now look at Halle. Halle does not want to say anything about this breakup. DDG is everywhere doing presto on this breakup. And somebody will say like, oh, young ladies, just listen. Can you just hold on? Know yourself. Live your life. Live your best life. Go on the top of your career as much as you can. Last year Halle was like this. She's hot. I'm not saying she's still hot now, but do you know what could have happened if she wasn't pregnant and that hotness she was still going? But most of the time, these men, they know this, and they usually use a child, because that's the only thing you can use to slow a woman down. A child. See, like I told you guys, I'm married for 10 years, been with my husband for 10, so we've been together for almost 21 years. I don't have a child. And he knows I am with him because I want to be with him, not because I have to be with him. A lot of women, most times, they make the decision once they have a child to stay longer than they should. Get what I'm saying? So, ladies, younger ladies, like, listen when older women are talking, when older women are sharing their story. Yes, it may feel good at this moment, but take a break. See, you can take a man back, but you know what you can take back is having a child. Once you have a child, you can put the child back. So calm down, relax. Don't be kaka to go and have a child with a man. And most times I tell people, I'm not saying people don't have kids, but if you want to have kids, ask yourself, are you ready to have a kid and be a single mother? If you go with that mindset, like, things like this will not even face you, because you know you're having the kids for you. The man is just an added advantage to it. But most women have kids because they feel like that's what solidified the relationship between them and their man. So ladies, protect your womb, especially when you're doing well, especially when you're grinding, you're putting in the work to better yourself, to be a better version of yourself. Be in a relationship, but the most important person in your life is you. Focus on yourself. Anyway, guys, I have to go now. The sunlight is gone. But anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share it. I'd love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a respectful way. So go ahead, feel free and share your thoughts. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.